I had a lot of fun today, just being out with the guys, just competing versus defense, operating and executing out there with the offense. We did a good job today, so it was a lot of fun just being out there.
Most years, a big part of camp is naming a starting quarterback. This year, it kind of seems like it's your job to lose, really. I mean, I'm curious, as a quarterback, do you see value in coming to camp knowing that it's your job versus having to compete for that job?
To be honest, I don't really ever look at it that way. Every single year I've been here, I've had to compete, and that's the way I look at it coming into this camp here. It is my 4th year here, so just having experience coming into my 4th camp is huge. But just being able to have guys push me, the younger guys, and then me pushing them and teaching them, I think has been awesome. But I always just come in every single day as I'm a freshman.
Competing that hard in fall camp, does that help you later in the season in any way?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you're going against the defense that we have, it's very, very helpful.
What have you seen in the receivers? You've got a lot of guys that have been on the team before, and some new guys coming in too. But top 2 are gone this year.
Yeah, I think that there's still a lot of experience with Davis Static and Billy Bowens out there, and Latrell Caples, a young guy, Bolt. Those are some guys that I think are going to be good playmakers for us, and they did a good job today.
So how do you, as the veteran quarterback, bring those guys along to develop them as top flight receivers?
I think just throwing them balls and giving them experience and confidence, and them getting those reps and those different looks, with different releases versus different techniques versus the corners, is just helping them and throwing them different balls. I think it's just going to help us grow as we head into the season.
Hey, day 1 fall camp, what's it like? Does it ever get old?
It's so funny because everybody's ready to go in the morning. All the freshmen are, ready to go, taping up. They're having a lot of fun. And I had so much fun out there. Just, my 4th fall camp, just being out there on the grass. It was a lot of fun. So just seeing everybody, it was awesome.
How sweet is this one? I mean, you look at your career and you lose a season, fall camp because of COVID, and even last year we're still kind of in it. And this year, I don't know, do you feel free this year? And what does it feel like being out there?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this was really fun today. I had a lot of fun. Just being out there with the guys, being in the moment, just making plays with the guys was awesome. And I think it was the first time in a long time that was the full participation from most of the guys. I remember last year, with COVID and stuff, there were some issues, so it was awesome.
How did you use this summer to get ready for the season in terms of your mind, your body, getting away from football, focusing on football, the whole combination of just kind of what your priorities were this summer?
Yeah, I mean, my priorities were just being the best I could be at football, coming in every single day, building habits that are going to help me into the season with the guys. And then I got away a little bit. I went camping up in Stanley. I did a couple different things. So had my brother and sister come out, took them kayaking and stuff. So had a lot of fun.
Physically and mentally, do you feel like you're a 4th-year starter and you're in better shape than you've ever been in your entire life?
Yeah, I think this is the biggest I've ever been. And then just mentally, just like I said, that experience has helped out. And being in this offense for the 2nd year has helped out. And I'm really excited. So.
Do you go into the season thinking it's your last one and you have to have these great expectations, or do you think like that?
I've just really been working on coming in every single day and being present at the moment, one practice at a time, one rep at a time, one play at a time. And that's just kind of the way that I've been approaching it.
Is there a comfort in Kate Connie at center, and what does he bring?
I think he just brings a physicality and a mindset. It's nice to have him back. I have a great friendship with him, so just that comfort level, the ability to communicate, different looks, protections, ID in the run game. We do a good job with that, communicating.
What is like the communication on like every play? I mean, are you calling out to him the protections? Is he talking to you? I mean, how do you do that so quickly?
Yeah. So the protections and the run stuff's on me. But,
okay.
So it's always like a confirmation, communication, and kind of confirming, hey, this guy we're going to, this guy we're blocking to. It's a back and forth. Sometimes we get into it, but it's at the end of the day we got to be on the same page.
And is that in the huddle or just like you just kind of?
I mean, it's
right?
at the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Whether we're changing a play, it's all the time. Yeah. Or we're talking. Hey, I think we should have done this, or he thinks I should have done this on the sideline, and we kind of move forward with that. So.
How much second year in Plow's scheme? Where do you think you've grown the most within the offense?
Just the operation, just being in it, learning the scheme for the 2nd year. It's just been really fun to kind of take it to that next step in regards to your operation, kind of the things that you can do with the freedom that I have.
the O-line as a whole, I mean, how much do you think just having a center, having, Caden out right tackle, I mean, how much were the offensive struggles last year, just kind of all the dominoes and different guys moving in up front, and how much better do you feel about that group?
I'm very happy with what's going on right now. I think that there's a lot of guys with a lot of experience. Bringing Caden was huge. He's very, very solid player, great guy. And having him and OJ as the tackles, I'm very happy with it. So.
Where do you get the sense that this offense is better going into this season?
I just think our mindset, our ability to just kind of attack, I really want us to take the next step doing that. I think that there's some experience, like I said, O-line, running back, backfield, receivers. There's a lot of experience. So a lot of these guys have been to Mountain West championships, and we've had a season where we lost a few games, and I think that it's within our habits every single day, and I think that the older guys know that. We're trying to push everybody to be the best that they can.
Do you have goals? Private goals, public goals, personal goals?
Yeah, I mean, I want to win a Mountain West championship. I think that's the Boise State football team's goal, and that's what I've just tried to do every single year that I've been here.
George was asking about Keikani. Tim Keene was saying that he's in a room, he has a presence about him. He's working, he has a presence about him. How would you describe that presence, and do you notice it?
Yeah, I mean, just Keikani, we're from similar area. He's a very physical-minded person, but he's awesome to hang around with. I went golf with him like all the time this summer, and I just love being around him because he's just such a laid-back, a friendly person, but on the field, he's kind of a dirt dog.
You've played with George for 3 years, and you've played some games without George. So what does George bring to this team, and what are you expecting from him this year?
Yeah, I mean, do you guys see what George does? I mean, I say that every time you guys ask me that question. He's unbelievable. He's special, and it just brings a different dynamic to the offense. He's special.
What does he do maybe that other backs, either here or other places, don't do?
Yeah, I mean, the best way I can explain it is, say you hand the ball off and there's 3 D linemen in the way and it should be a loss of 4. Somehow he gets a yard, and it's just ridiculous how he does it. Those are the ones that I'm like, wow, that should have been a loss of 4 yards and he got a yard on it.
OJ's heading into his 5th year as a starter. I mean, how much comfort does it give you knowing that guy's at left tackle protecting your blind side?
God, OJ, he's a very, very hard worker. I love having him. That guy, he just is always pushing us to our limits. Every single day he brings his best, and I think it just elevates everyone around him.
What do you make of Zeke's brother coming in at running back?
Yeah, that was a little curveball. I'm excited. I think it just makes that room that much better. I think it makes us that much better. So, Zeke's another guy. He's a guy next to that. He's next to me in my locker, so I see him every single day, and it's just nice to have another Noah.
If you were to step back and take a look at Talon and Sam and the backup quarterback job, how would you analyze that? How would you look into that?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of unfold here more as we kind of get going here in fall camp. Excited to see them both. I think that they're both very, very talented players, and even Maddox did a good job today. So I'm excited to just kind of see how it unfolds.
With OJ, how much has he kind of started to come out of the shell almost? I mean, he's been such a quiet guy
OJ?
forever, but the Mountain West media day seems awesome. He was the guy in the hype circle today, and about as loud as I've ever seen him. I feel like, have you noticed that in him at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when he first got here, there were guys like Ezra, Rat, and Molchi, Queso, older guys that were here, that were leaders when I was here and when he was younger too. And just for him to take that next step is huge because it's his 6th year. I mean, he's an old man, so it's just awesome having him around. And like I said, his habits every single day, it just helps elevate everyone around him.
You see it from a different side. What does Ty Jones bring at nickel, and what looks does he give?
Yeah, I mean, that secondary, the D-line, that whole defense, there's a lot of specimens on that defense. And Ty is just so long and rangy, and his ability and his intelligence is huge, and I think it's just going to bring another one.
You guys can get so much work done in fall camp. What's the emphasis? What's the priority in terms of getting this offense better? Is there like a checking list? I need to do this, this, and this?
Yeah, individually or as an offensive unit?
As an offensive unit.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, just running the ball well, making sure we're protected. As a quarterback going through my progressions, to be able to get our playmakers the ball and execute at a high level. Just our operation at a high level, our effort, and just competing, there's a great defense that we're competing against every single day, and for us to be able to compete against them is an honor.
What about you then, individually? What are your priorities over the next 30 days?
Like I said, just execute at a high level. There's a lot of pre-snap things that I have to check off, and if I was telling, I think it was Maddox today, you can do 8 things right, but you might forget the 9th thing. So you just got to make sure that you're consistent in everything that you do on the pre-snap, and I think it kind of there's a domino effect going into your progressions, your footwork, the protection, and everything else kind of unfold.
I think you obviously, you said you've been here for 4 years. You know the responsibility that comes with playing quarterback at Boise State. 4 years in, what have you learned, and what does that responsibility mean to you, and how excited are you for what could be the final go around?
Yeah, it's a great honor, and it goes by really fast. I still feel like a freshman coming in January. Didn't know what a puffer jacket was, so I know what that is now. But no, it's been a great honor. I'm super excited just to go out there, and like I said, I want to go win a Mountain West championship with the guys. So.
Are you a history guy, dating all the way back to Bart Hendricks? Senior quarterbacks at Boise State, except for maybe one time, have been very, very dominant. Do you go back and look at that and look at the numbers and look at the history and kind of think about maybe your place in that?
Yeah, Coach Plow always talks about just having reverence for the game and just a love and being grateful for the opportunity that you have and a deep honor. And there's a rich tradition and history here of great quarterback play. Going back to him, he's a great guy. I've talked to him a few times. He's around the building every once in a while. But dating back to him, there's a rich tradition and history, and that I just want to try to just contribute in any way that I can.
I got a silly one, so let me put.
You talked about how special an athlete George Halani is. What have you seen in that realm from Ashton Jeanty? Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
He's a little dynamite too. He's a very muscular, short, tiny guy that's explosive, dynamic. I'm really excited to just see him get his opportunities. He came in January, so he's been here for a while. He's learned the offense. I think Coach KB is going to be a great resource for him, George, and I think he's just going to elevate that room.